Okay guys, so let's start with VidSpy Alpha, and this is a much improved version of the URL finder from the Livestream Alpha tool and the Alpha Networks desktop tool as well. Okay, what I did with this, really it was due to seeing the kind of relevance in the domains that we were finding for the backlink profile. It was just incredible stuff that we were finding here that we don't find easily using some other expired domain finder tools. Now, some of those tools are very complex, and much more complex than this, but it's the strategy here that makes it work so well. Okay, the strategy being that you are searching YouTube, Dailymotion, looking for broken links, and from those broken links you're finding domains that are available here in green. Anything in blue is for Web 2.0 kind of sites like Instagram, Twitter, etc. Also for Tumblr and Blogspot as well. We'll show it in blue. Okay, and what we can do with this, the real advantage of this is because it's due to the fact that we can search for keywords in bulk. Okay, so what it's doing, every single keyword, it goes and gets the top 100 results in YouTube, and it's searching descriptions for all of those. So it goes very deep, and that allows us to be able to pull out these domains. So what we can do now is we can sort them by the Moz rank, like you see I have done here, or you can sort it by the links. Just double click here and it will show that. Okay, now what happens here if you want to say for example you just want to see the Twitter ones. Okay, so you can put in here remove if it does not contain Twitter, and just keep watching. I know it looks kind of obvious, but when we have it here like this, at the moment, the version we got at the moment, there's no way for me to just remove that sort of Twitter name there and click OK and it comes back. What I need to do is I need to reboot the software, okay, to be able to get it back. Okay, so anytime you close the software, you need to wait for that little sort of progress bar thing to work in the background, so that it's saving all the stuff that you've already put in there, including all the domains and stuff that you found, and then we can restart it, and then when we have restarted it, you'll see these domains start to come back again. Okay, so just for the first couple of versions, we will get it updated. We'll see if you can fix it, that we can just retrieve any or remove any filters without any problems. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show you in here is really the Web 2.0 stuff. Okay, because it's just incredible stuff that we're finding. Now you can see if we sort it by the Moz rank or Moz trust, for some reason they're both the same. Maybe he's used the same API. I will get that checked. But when we come in here, you're going to find some really good Twitter accounts. They are not always going to be as relevant as what the expired domains are for some reason, but I'm not that sure how badly it needs to be completely relevant from places like Twitter, to be honest. And the reason I say that is because I recently reverse engineered some top ranking websites that are often on page 1 of Google for kind of product launch review type keywords, like Video Maker FX review and stuff like that. And what I noticed was that some of them are using PBN links, and the PBN links that they're using, they really are not that relevant from the sites that they're getting links from. So I'm guessing that they are just buying some PBN links from someone like Conquer.io or Fiverr or something like that, and it seems to be working for them. Now that's not going to be the case depending on the niche and how competitive the keywords and stuff are. But this is a very good addition that we can use, and we can easily take advantage of what we find here. So for example, I've got probably about 3 or 4 Twitters that we found that we started to recreate. What we find when we are recreating the Twitters is if you try to do it by email, it's not going to work. Okay, it's just going to tell you that the account was suspended and you're not allowed to make it. Okay, it just doesn't let you recreate it. If you choose to verify with a telephone number, with a voice call, it works. Okay, so what we found is that we can get 2 Twitter accounts with 1 telephone number. Okay, so how we can get more SIM cards or whatever, that can be discussed probably in the Facebook groups and stuff a little bit later. But for now, you know, you can go and get some very, very good Twitter accounts. And all we want to do at that point is we don't want to put any automation onto those Twitter accounts at all. Twitter is really, really getting very, very strict on automation stuff. And what you want to do is just get some initial activity happening where you start to follow some people and that you start to like some posts, and you don't need to do too many posts yourself, and put a link in description to wherever you want it to go to. Okay, so if we have a look up here, you can see I've got all these different tabs up here. You can see I've run multiple campaigns. I don't need to lose anything. We can export it to CSV as well and keep it for later on the CSV. And we can filter as well, like I showed you, so that you can, you know, get rid of all the ones that you don't want. So for example, if you got some red ones in here, we can just click on delete and delete not available. Okay, and that will get rid of those. And you can see I've still got 200 links here to choose from the available ones. Okay, that's quite a lot of choice, yeah. And when we start to sort it by the Moz Trust, you start to see the power of some of this. Okay, now there's going to be some URLs creep in like this. Okay, you can see this youtube.com HTTPS. It's just because they've done a typo here. The software can't find it. The software is not human. It's just looking for specific things that we have coded in. Okay, you see some smart URLs and stuff like that. We can just click and skip to add to blacklist domains so they don't get flagged up next time. And then we start to look at the websites. Here's one here, best-reviews.com. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this. Now, I don't want to make this video too long because I'm going to do some extra videos as well, but I just want to give you a demonstration quickly of the power of the kind of stuff that we're finding, the relevance of what we're finding, the backlink profiles of what we're finding, because it really is very, very powerful tool. Okay, so I'm going to copy the domain. Okay, and when I copy the domain, I need to open up in Google Chrome if I want to use SEPworks. Now, if I just drag that Google Chrome window over here just quickly, okay, what you will see if you're using SEPworks, what you will see is you're not getting anything coming back here. And what you need to do, you can see the little red icon on top of the favicon thing. Just click on that one time and it will open in a new window. We can close the other one. And that's basically going to give you a string like this, sepworks.com/expire check, etc., etc. And we can see in here, we've got the page authority, domain authority. We can see it's got 682 domains linking to the home page. Okay, and the links to the home page in total 2,900, and the do follow links 2,600. Okay, what you will notice with SEPworks, and when you're using SEPworks, I should say, is that in certain situations, Majestic gives you a lot more information. For example, if you do a 301 redirect, Majestic will pick up on it, whereas Moz doesn't for some reason. But when we're doing this with the expired domains, Moz seems to have a better has better information than what we can get from Majestic. But you can see here, this one's got a little bit of trust flow. It's got 2.18 thousand links to the home page, and these SEO metrics, although they are good indicators because they're coming from educated guests, from people who do this, you know, the live and breathe SEO kind of thing, you know, it's not Google, and it's very easy to manipulate as well. Okay, just get some high trust flow links linking into that, and it completely changes. A simple 301 redirect into this can completely change that. Okay, just within 3 days you start to notice the difference. So if that matters to you to have high trust flow and stuff like that, if that kind of cosmetic appeal really, you know, that's what you want. You want to have trust flow and stuff like Sean, then that's all you need to do. Just get a good 301 redirect over there from an expired domain that has got already some good metrics. Okay, so anyway, Moz is where I really want to focus on for now, for being able to check the backlink profiles, and we can have a look as well in Ahrefs, but I want to cover that in a separate video. What we can do for now though is open in a new window for Moz, okay, and I'm using a free account here. This is just a free account. You can do this as well. Just make sure you're logged in, maybe even get 3 or 4 of these so you can use it. And it'll give you an idea of the kind of links that we're getting into that particular domain. Okay. First thing we want to look for is into the anchor text. Okay. When the anchor text, you're going to see this kind of thing pops up quite a lot with Moz. There's a string of numbers, a dot, then the domain name. I've got no idea why that is. I should really look into it. But the rest of the stuff we can start to look at. Okay, so we got about articles, about reviews, etc., etc. There's nothing really stands out. We're going to have a deeper look when we get into Ahrefs and the premium accounts for Moz as well. Next thing I like to look for is just in the spam score here. And you can find the spam score over here as well with SebWorks, and you can find the spam score as well inside the broken link finder. Just go over to spam score, you see it's got a 0 in here, and when we click for on Moz for that, what you will see in Moz is that it gives you sort of different variables here of the quality of domains linking in. Okay, so very good quality domains, 21. The next sort of next level down, would be 29 links coming from 29 domains. This one, 186 domains, and that's kind of borderline, okay, but it's not bad. And then we get into the not so good, and here we can see we got 216 links again coming in from not so good, etc. But when we actually go and start to look at where some of these are, whether it's got a high spam score, you will start to see the same domain again and again and again. You'll see this multiple times when you're doing that. Okay, so what should we do? Should we disavow it? The answer is no. Don't bother disavowing it. Just get some good links coming into that domain, and later as we go through the additional training that we're building on the AnthonyHayes.online site, I will cover this in much more detail. Later what we will do is we will get a really good clean expired domain and 301 redirect it into a PBN site just to test with and see what happens. Okay, so we can improve this quite drastically quite quickly. Anyway, so come back over to the tool. So this is really just to give you an overview of the tool and what you can expect to find. Now, would I buy that domain? Well, it really depends on what we can find when we go digging deeper. On the face of what I've just seen now, and knowing that it's got 216 links that are not great, but it's got high domain authority, the thing that really piques my interest about this one is, hold on, I need to get into, okay, yeah, we're in the Moz main account. So the thing that really piques my interest about this domain is the high number of referring domains to the outbound links. Okay, so from 2,900 outbound links to 682 referring domains. So that's pretty good. Okay, what's interesting with these expired domains that you find again and again is how many new links are coming in. I don't know where they're coming from, but they keep, you will see that again and again. And when we come down here, you can see the trend is coming up. Okay, so it used to be like domain authority 23 in February, and now it's 35. Kind of weird, huh? When you go into the page authority for the home page, you see the page authority here is 27. Linking domains, wow. Kind of weird again. So bestreviews.com, would I buy it? Yeah. We've got a use for it. We got multiple things that we can do with expired domains, which I will cover in a separate training. But, you know, we can do 301 redirects, we can do the PBN stuff. We can just do redirects from rebuilding with the expired domain alpha WordPress plugin. We can just do redirects from a particular page or the top pages if we like, you see. We've got pages here. So for example, if I wanted to get a link coming out for that. I can put in a link like a PBN, or I can just do a redirect. We've got multiple possibilities, and we're going to explore those in a lot of detail over on the blog. Okay, so would I buy it? Yeah. This is a good enough domain for me, for the things that I want to do, because I know that we've got multiple strategies that we can use it for. The important thing is, it's a good enough domain that I want to buy it right now, so that nobody else buys it, and so that I can get to use it for whatever way I choose to use it when the time comes. The important thing is that we get a website on it. We put in the content that was there before using the expired domain alpha, which will rebuild the old domain, the old site content in WordPress with the click of a button. Okay, and from that we're just going to leave it to age, to mature for a few weeks, and then we can make a decision what we want to do with it, whether we keep it as a PBN, whether you want to change your content around. Entirely up to you, and there's nothing wrong with changing the content after a few weeks as well. All you want to do in the meantime is rebuild the authority, get it re-indexed, and have everything working like that. If you want to just use it to put a link from existing content to your money site, you can do that too. Okay, so that's all I want to cover for the expired domain finder. So the difference from the URL finder is that we have got multiple tabs that we can do filtering, that we have got more information in here as well, and haven't even at one time yet in this video started to speak about the video and the volumes of views and when these videos were uploaded and stuff like that. You can see this one here, 2 months ago, video uploaded, and 75,000 views. Okay, let's come down and see if we can find another one maybe. And you know, you will find things that just amaze you at times. 3 months ago, this one, 58,000, 585,000, over 500,000 views. 3 months ago, this particular video. Okay, so when we take the broken domain, copy the domain here, and we go into Google Chrome, just wait for that to show the red icon. We'll take a quick look. And we see domain authority 11, page authority 18. Let's go and check on namecheap.com. All we need to do is right click, and we can click on buy on Namecheap. Now this is going to be opening in Opera for me. Okay, and you can see this domain is available. Just click on it, send it over to cart. Now, without having to look too deeply into this particular domain, I've already got interest because of the traffic that's coming from YouTube. Okay, so you're finding a whole bunch of information. The other new stuff that we got in here is that you can see the video title now, and you can see the tags as well if you go to the end column over here. And if you want to, you can sort of take your links column or any column, you can drag it over. Maybe you want it next to the domain authority. The only thing is when it restarts, it's going to spring back to where it was before. Okay, so we can build in to sort of save a filter or save the order of the columns and stuff. That's something we will look into more. But even then, just in this sort of quick video, which ended up being 18 minutes video, you can see the power of this. Is really, really incredible tool for doing this kind of thing. Now what we will do is we will go deeper into each of those little strategies that I showed you, so we can go and reverse engineer high traffic affiliate accounts. Okay, we can go and do a video on the Twitter SEO stuff, and we will find some Twitter accounts that are worthwhile to go and recreate and put a link to either your videos or to a blog post that's got an affiliate review or something like that. And we will test all this stuff as we go along. But we have the options now, we have the tools now to allow us to do that, which is really pretty cool. Okay, thanks.